Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League New York Pro. There was bikini, wellness, figure, women's physique, and women's bodybuilding. What a show! Incredible women. This was a big one. So in terms of Olympia, last year's top 3 in all of these divisions are automatically qualified, and then the winner of every one of these divisions gets to go. So there's no points, there's no tiered system, nothing for 2nd through 5th. It is just the winner. Very high stakes, extremely stressful, but very cool and so amazing for the winners. So let's begin with women's bodybuilding. In first place was Ashley, second Levina, third, Jenny, fourth, Keisha, and fifth, Gina. And when you look at the scores, it was very even throughout the full top 5. So here's Gina in 5th. Amazing. Great tan, nice and dark, beautiful dark suit. She's posing really nicely. She's got great size in her arms. I really like the curve underneath her arms, the fullness in her biceps. She's got some great lats, a really nice V-taper, beautiful legs. I think she looks really full and round. There is some nice definition coming through, but I do think conditioning could have been more. More detail, more feathering, more crazy striations and lines coming in the legs. I think more of a six-pack showing would have been nice, and even a little bit more detail into the arms. So while I think her size and her posing, everything like that is good, just a little bit more conditioning to show off the muscle definition would have been awesome. Okay, next and fourth is Keisha. Amazing. First thing I noticed were her legs. She's got great size in her quads, a beautiful round sweep, a lot of size in her inner thighs as well. So just really nice fullness in those legs. A beautiful small waist. I think her conditioning is even better than our last competitor. Her muscles look really defined, the abs, the obliques. Beautiful amount of size in her arms. I love how well outlined her biceps are. I also really like the bright color of her suit and the coordinating eyeshadow. It just looks really lovely. One thing, though, that I'm not crazy about, and this is a really minor point, is this leg here. I feel like she could pose it a little bit differently so that we see the calf and the lower part of the leg a little bigger. To me, she's got so much size in the upper leg, and then the lower leg looks slender. This leg doesn't have that same appearance. So there's something with the way she's posing. I would almost turn the knee up higher. I think you would get even more curve to the quad that way. And then we'd see the fullness and roundness into the calf muscle rather than seeing mostly the front of the shin. So a little bit twisting more in the hip to open up the knee, make us see the beautiful curves in her legs a little more. It's just a minor thing, but I think it would really help with the overall silhouette. I think she looks gorgeous. She looks fabulous, great conditioning and great size. Okay, next and third is Jenny. Beautiful curves. Oh man, she's got such great quads. I love how full and pumped. They're like coming right out of her legs. They're so bubbly, really great shape, great size, great roundness. Amazing. She's got nice, really well-defined abs, beautiful tight midsection, and a great V-taper. I do think, though, that because her legs are so eye-catching and so curvy, she could have more size to the lats and shoulders so that you really have that balanced look between upper and lower. I feel like I am gravitating towards the legs when I want to see a little bit more of that overall balance. But I think her conditioning looks good. Her curviness looks beautiful. She's posing really well. The detail in her arms looks great. But yeah, a little more size in the delts, a little bit more thickness in the lats, and I think she'd look even better. But this is an amazing third place. Okay, next and second is Levina. Oh my gosh, she looks wicked. Just amazing lats. crazy legs. What I love is that she's got the size and the curve, but so much detail coming through. There's not only detail in the quads, but like right up into her hips. It's gorgeous. Really nice long torso with beautiful definition in the obliques in particular. Great lats. Just she's so wide and full in the top. It's amazing. I think she could put this leg further out. I feel somehow that she's squishing her X shape when she could elongate the leg, have the foot more out here, and then the end of her lower body, the very bottom of her foot, would match a little more to the bottom of her elbow. So that way my eye would go like from this corner to her waist all the way down to that corner rather than coming to here and stopping. It's a very minor thing to mention, but I think it would do a really nice job of allowing us to see the X shape even better. The other thing I'm not crazy about, while I love the color of the suit, it looks great with her tan, I'm not so fond of the cut. I feel like this is drawing so much attention to like her middle right here, when I would rather the straps be high but the front of the suit be low. It just helps you to see the triangle shape better that way rather than being straight across the hips. So those are my suggestions. I think she looks awesome. She's got so much size, so much width, and really beautiful conditioning. So I think she did a fabulous job. And now in first place is Ashley. Oh my gosh. So since I just mentioned suits, let's talk about her suit. It's perfect. Exactly what I meant. The straps come up really high, but it peaks down into this thinner triangle shape, and it helps your eye to see the V-taper. Not that you need help seeing V-tapers on any of these women, but it just creates such a beautiful overall shape with her physique. It's very complimentary, so I love it. I wonder if her strap is twisted here, or if it almost looks like a slightly different color. Maybe it's just the light picking up the shimmer. But I think her suit fits her beautifully. Now, talking about her physique, wow. She has crazy size in those quads, but the definition is nuts. So much outlining of every little part of her legs. It's crazy. It's full and bubbly, but super outlined. It looks incredible. And her abs, you've got full six pack. She looks lean, very tiny midsection, very tight. And then the width up into her arms, the lats and the shoulders, it's such a beautiful shape. She's got great size, great balance. Symmetry wise, it's beautiful. I'm not seeing any unevenness. She's posing perfect. I love her smile, her makeup, the suit color. She really nailed it. Okay, I know this is a very zoomed in photo. It's not super clear, but you can see everyone side by side, and definitely some of those things are standing out to me. The fit of Lavina's suit, I'm not crazy about it. But you know what? To be honest, even Keisha's suit is a little low. I really like how Ashley's is that triangular shape. Same with Gina's. Her fits nicely as well. I think you really notice the V-tapers on Keisha, Ashley, and Lavina. I think Jenny and Gina both could have more in the lats just to really open up the upper bodies. I definitely noticed Jenny's legs. I think she has incredible curves, beautiful detail. Keisha to me looks like the conditioning could have been more to show off the detail. She clearly has great size, but we're not seeing as many lines as we see from the top three. Ashley, she looks extremely conditioned. The abs are so clear, and then she's got amazing X shape. I love it. And from behind, Ashley's glutes are crazy good. They're very etched, extremely outlined, really lean, but good size. And then you notice the tiny waist and the very wide upper body. I think Lavina beside her has beautiful fullness and that great 3D popping of the back muscles, but her glutes do not have the same shape like we see on Ashley. I think Keisha needed more conditioning into the glutes. I think Jenny needed more of the V-taper in the back and the lats. Gina needed more definition by the glutes as well. So when we're comparing our top two, beautiful backs on both, nice small waists on both, but those glutes on Ashley, oh man, next level. So there you have it in terms of Miss Olympia. She's added to the list. Okay, next, women's physique. In first place, Sharonica. Second, Julia. Third, Nadia. Fourth, Merica. And fifth, Josepha. And once again, the scores were very even all the way through. So here's Josepha in fifth place. She looks great. I love the color of her suit. It's so pretty. Very sparkly, very glittery. Great coordination with the jewels and her makeup. I love her big smile. She just looks very bright and gorgeous. She's got particularly nice quads. I love the sweep. I think she's got a good fullness into the size and the roundness. A good V-taper with the lats and the delts. I do think, though, that her midsection could be a little tighter, a little flatter. Try to work on the posing to maybe twist a little bit more so that she's not so square and straight on with the judges. I would definitely try to make the midsection look as small as possible. I think overall, though, she's got a really nice shape. She could probably have a little bit more height onto the delts just so that you see that roundness a bit better. But again, overall, I think she looks really beautiful, and I'm particularly impressed by the quads. All right, next and fourth is Merica. Beautiful overall X frame. I love how clearly you see in the silhouette that gorgeous balance between top and bottom. She's got really nice size in her legs. In the inner thigh in particular, I think looks really good. Great detail coming through in the legs. Crazy detail in her lats. Wow, that looks incredible. And great size into her arms. I think you see a nice fullness and height into the delts. I love that her hair is to the back, so you really see the shapes beautifully in her upper body. Her suit is gorgeous, very girly, feminine, bright, pretty, coordinated with the earrings and the makeup. She just looks very lovely. I think it's a great look. I think the only thing that would make this even better would be a little bit more definition into the abs. We've got the nice line right down the middle and a little bit of the line here, but I want to just see a bit more six-pack. So a tiny bit more conditioning, even though she's got some amazing lines in the legs, just a little bit more into the midsection I think would have been fabulous. But overall, I think she looks really quite amazing. All right, next and third is Nadia. Love the deep, rich tan. Her skin looks crazy smooth, really dark, awesome. It's very flattering to the leg muscles in particular. The gloss and the sheen, all of this definition is really popping with the skin. I think she looks awesome. She's got some good detail into the abs, really nice size in the biceps, good V-taper. I do think, though, that she could have a little bit more width in her upper body. I'm noticing the roundness in the legs and certainly the roundness here in the lats, but I'd like to see a bit more of the lat, more of the delt, a little higher, just a little bit more mass in the upper body to really make you see the V-taper matching perfectly with the legs. I'm drawn to her legs. I'm drawn to that detail, and I don't quite have that same level of just being completely captivated by the upper body as I am to the lower body. I think her suit looks lovely. It's a nice color. Her hair is off her shoulders, which is perfect. The tan, while I'm complimenting the lower body, obviously, I feel like it could be darker and richer into the top as well. The color on her legs is really incredible. So a few minor things, but I do think she looks really great. In third place, clearly, that's an amazing accomplishment. Okay, next and second is Julia. She looks really muscular. Her abs are so etched. Her legs look full. You got a lot of quad. You got a lot of hamstring. You got detail all the way up her hips into the obliques. Beautiful fullness into the lats, though I do think there could be more width. So she's got a lot of mass, but it's very like really within the fullness of her upper body is just within the body itself. It's not spreading open. I hope that makes sense. I want to see a little bit more of the size into this space here where we're seeing the white background. I want more of that V shape. So just to maybe even pulling the elbows further back. I don't know. Maybe it's a posing thing just to really create that width. Maybe if she flattened the elbows as well, like bring them lower so that the V is wider in her upper body. I find that she's narrowing herself by the way that she's posing. So I want more width in the lats and just more width in the shape of the upper body. But with that said, I think she looks very muscular, great conditioning, beautiful detail. The tan could have been a tiny bit darker, but overall, she really did an incredible job. And now in first place, Sharonica. She checked off every single box of what you need. She looks super wide up top, like the space from elbow to elbow is incredible, beautiful lats and a tiny waist. So you just see this V so clearly. She looks lean, she looks tight, she looks very tiny in her midsection, and then beautiful round full legs with great conditioning but also good fullness. Like those muscles are really popping. The gloss and the sheen is perfect. She's highlighted in all the right places. She's twisting to really showcase her tiny waist. The detail in her arms is beautiful. Just everywhere, top to bottom, she looks stunning. The suit is so fun. It's vibrant. It's colorful. It's unique. You don't see this kind of color combo very often, and she is rocking it. The makeup, the posing, she just got everything right. I think she looks amazing. So in the side-by-side, yeah, this is really good. You definitely notice how tiny Sharonica is in her midsection. No one is coming close to that waistline. I noticed the thickness on Julia. She's very muscular, but she doesn't have the same width, that appearance of just being super broad in the upper body like we see on Sharonica. I think Marika has the width for sure, but doesn't quite have the detail coming through in the abs like we see with Sharonica. Nadia, beautiful legs, really nice color, great richness in the tan, great detail coming through in the quad muscles, and nice ab definition as well. Josefa off on the side here, beautiful quad sweep, nice detail in her upper body, but definitely not as small in the waist as we're seeing on Sharonica. Like Sharonica to me just really has the most extreme X frame with the tininess, the pinched in waist. And then from behind, again, you notice those tiny waists. I'm noticing the fullness in the lats and that beautiful V shape. I think Nadia looks particularly good from behind. She's really got the V taper nice. Her delts look amazing. Beautiful shape into the glutes. Julia also looks really great. Nice fullness into her back. But Sharonica to me has that very exaggerated shape with the V, very tight, high glutes, a lot of size and curve into the legs, but it's that tiny, tiny waist coming up into the width of her, all the way to the elbows, really, that is just catches your eyes. So in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. Okay, women's figure. In first place, Maria. Second, Ty. Third, Ashley. Fourth, Kaylee. And fifth, Jean. So here's Jean in fifth place. Beautiful. Oh, she's got a great silhouette. I love the height and roundness of her shoulders. Nice lats, really beautiful trim waistline, and gorgeous legs. Beautiful sweep, great fullness, good conditioning. Like she just looks really good. The only thing I could think that maybe could take her to the next level would be a little bit more curve and size into her arms. I'd love to see a bit more bicep and tricep just so that we don't have such a dominance of the shoulders. I just want a little bit more balance with the whole arm itself. But I think her V-taper looks great. The suit is beautiful. It's a deep, rich color. It looks great with her hair. The tan is perfect. She's just stunning. Now in fourth, we have Kaylee. She also looks amazing. Really good silhouette. The lats stand out to me, beautifully curved. Nice tiny waistline, beautiful ab definition, great legs. I do think she's got some beautiful size in the quads, but I'd love to see them a little bit more round. It's more of this rectangular straight shape. So perhaps even just by turning out the toes, we'd see a little bit more curve to the sweep itself. And I also wouldn't mind a little bit more size to the inside of the legs so that you don't have this space. So it could be as simple as, like I said, keeping the heels together but turning out the toes, just to make the legs look more round and full and curvy. But I think overall she's got beautiful lines, great shape, nice overall silhouette, and great conditioning too. You've got good detail coming through in the legs and the abs and the arms, but she still looks really round and full. Her suit is a beautiful color. The lightness right here really draws my eye up to her earrings and her smile. She looks beautiful. So this was a really great look. Next and third is Ashley. Amazing. She's got a lot of muscle mass in her upper body, just her chest, her shoulders, the lats. She really looks full and just gorgeous. Really nice round delts here. The lighting is, I think, playing a little trick with my eye, because to me, this delt looks round, whereas this one looks more slanted. But I think it's just the shine and just the way that the photo picked it up, because she is clearly very beautifully round in the delts. She's got a lot of size in the lats, a nice trim waistline with beautiful definition in the abs, and some crazy detail coming through in the legs. Looks really good. I love the fit of her suit, how high the straps come here. I just think she looks fabulous. Her makeup is beautiful. Her cheeks look so just bright, beautiful eye makeup. Her hair is an unusual tone, right? It's that more strawberry color, which I think works for her with the green suit. She just looks really, really beautiful. She's got amazing size in her calves. Love it. But I do think this again would benefit from having her toes a little more turned out, so that we see the sweep of her quads a little bit better. It's almost straight on, and we're just seeing so much definition. I'm losing the overall curvy shape. I think that would be really good, and it would really just help to balance with the upper body. But that's it. Like, it's a minor change. I think she looks really fabulous. Okay, next and second is Ty. Oh my gosh. Her conditioning is crazy. Look at the detail in her shoulder and in the quads. Oh my gosh. Wow, speechless. Really detailed, a lot of definition, like right into the inner thigh, in her hips. Her abs are so outlined perfectly. Like, she is amazing. She's got a lot of size. She looks full and wide in the upper body. Great height to the delts. Absolutely gorgeous legs. I would wonder if the conditioning was perhaps like just a tiny bit too much, kind of approaching the more women's physique bodybuilding level degree of conditioning. I don't think she needs to have quite so much striation, but I think it looks amazing. I love it. It's such a cool look, but that's just kind of my theory on why perhaps she landed in second. Maybe just a hair too conditioned. I think her shape is great. Her tan is great. The suit is beautiful. What a stunning, gorgeous design with all these big crystals. She just looks perfect. I love the hair being big on one side and pulled back on the other. You see her shoulders. She's really amazing. I think this is a great look. All right, Maria in first place. Holy smokes. So again, crazy conditioning. Clearly the judges are not against the striations at this show. They're liking this degree of definition. Beautiful amount of detail coming through in her legs. She's got an extremely flat midsection, and I do notice a little bit more broadness into her lat spread than I saw in the second place winner. So you see a very, very wide V taper to her tiny waist. I think her shoulders look unreal, just so full, so big, so round. Her posing is really good. She looks very balanced, very symmetric, and just crazy. Beautiful suit, nice pink lipstick, pink eyeshadow. I do think she could have a little bit more roundness to the outside sweep of the quads, and she already has her toes turned out, so that's not something that I could suggest, but just maybe just right in here, a little bit more of the rounded shape. But clearly the judges loved her because this is an amazing look. Okay, side by side, unbelievable. First and second really catch my eye, but I think Maria, her shoulders stand out. She's got so much size, and the width between her shoulders looks amazing. I think you definitely notice the V shape really clearly. Second place, her abs really shine, as do her crazy legs. But for me, Maria's the width into the narrowest of her waist really catches my eye. And from behind, absolutely stunning. I think second place, her shoulders look really nice and high here, but Maria has a lot of width and fullness in between the lats. I think she's got a really good triangular shape, nice small waist, and good fullness into the glutes. She doesn't quite have the striations like we're seeing here on our second place winner, which I think was to her benefit. Beautiful calves. Kaylee, I think, needed a little bit more detail coming into the back of her legs. Same with Jean in fifth, just a little bit more outlining of the hamstrings. But both of these ladies have really nice fullness in their backs. Ashley, I think, needed to just kind of relax her arms a little bit more, really try to show off the V-taper, but she's got some really good size to her glutes. But man, this was a really impressive top five, but Maria, to me, just had that beautiful overall shape. And in terms of Olympia, there she is. Okay, Pro Wellness. In first place, Giselle. Second, Elisa. Third, Jen. Fourth, Emily, and fifth, Emily. And check it out, you guys. There was only 1 point difference between first and second. That's crazy. So here's Emily in fifth. She looks beautiful. She's radiant. Just the brightness in her face, that beautiful blonde hair, the pinky red lip. Like, she just looks stunning. She's really glowy. I love the sheen on her delts. I think her hip looks incredible. This beautiful line coming down her quad. She's got nice fullness in the back leg, good hamstring. Like, she just looks beautiful from top to bottom. Really nice overall silhouette here. A minor detail, I think she could try to raise this shoulder a little bit higher so it's just a bit more level with this one. To me, there's a tiniest bit of a downward lean with the arm, as if this hand is pulling downwards. So I would just open up the chest a little more, pull back the shoulder, and really open up the upper body so that you see that triangle shape. But I think she looks really beautiful. Great size. Okay, next in fourth is Emily. I didn't quite have a photo of her in that side pose, so I'm showing you kind of two poses combined. So you can see she's got amazing hamstrings, really good definition in the line here, separating the quad from the hamstring, beautiful groove down her hip, nice size into the glute, and beautiful shoulders and arm muscles. She's got nice balance in the arms. She's got good balance with glute to leg, nice small waist. Overall, just really beautiful. I'm not crazy about the shade of her tan, even though the tan itself is nice and even from top to bottom. In the lineup next to the other girls, I don't like the shade of it. It should be a little bit more of a richer brown in my eyes. But I think overall her physique looks really good. Her conditioning looks good. She's got nice fullness in the legs and just a good size to the glute as well. Okay, next and third is Chen. Again, I didn't have a side pose, but you can see she's got some amazing shoulders, a lot of size, very muscular. In her side pose, her upper body stands out, a lot of lat, just a beautiful width to her upper body. Nice small waist and great size into the glute. You can see this good roundness and fullness, some big curve to the quad sweep in the back leg there. Nice calves too. So overall, she's got good size, a nice bright suit, beautiful bright lipstick, and just overall very gorgeous. But we'll talk more when we see the lineup photos. All right, next and second is Elisa. Wow. Okay, shoulders are amazing. She's got a lot of size, a lot of roundness. She's got traps. She's got lats. Like, you just really notice the muscularity in her upper body. But then, wow, her waist is tiny. Really, really small midsection, extremely detailed abs, obliques. That triangle shape that she has here is amazing. And then you look at her lower body, which is the crowning jewel of wellness. This beautiful shape to the glute and hamstring. She's got a really nice line coming down. The detail is gorgeous. And I love the curve in the back leg. So she's got enough detail to outline the muscle, but to maintain a nice, beautiful roundness and fullness to the quads. It looks gorgeous. To me, though, in this photo, the tan is a different color on her leg than it is on the upper body. I want to see a little bit more continuity between the color and the sheen and the gloss and just that overall look so that it's not a top and a bottom. So the tan to me could have been a little bit better, but I think overall her size is incredible. The blue suit looks stunning against her skin, and I love the red lip. She looks beautiful. All right, Giselle in first, amazing. Her skin is perfect. The color, the gloss, it's buttery, it's rich, it's smooth. She looks just gorgeous. The shape of her glute is stunning. She's got a beautiful curve where the glute and the hamstring come together, but she also has a lot of height and size in the upper part of the glute. She's got a really nice small waist, perhaps not as tiny as second place, but it's a beautiful overall shape and great flat midsection. So she's got a great oblique, she's got nice detail in the abs, and you really flow over her physique beautifully. Nice fullness into the quads. She doesn't have as crazy details we've seen perhaps on our number 2 competitor, right? But you still have a beautiful outline, a great groove, amazing abs, and nice detail into her arms. She doesn't have as huge of delts as we saw on our other competitor. I think she could definitely open up her chest a little bit, push the shoulder back just so that we see the triangle shape even more clearly. But I think overall she just looks beautiful. The red lip, the red suit, the tan, everything is really polished and perfect. Okay, so here's the side by side. I am first of all drawn to Elisa's upper body. I think you definitely notice the width in her delts and her lats. I see that also on Chen, just that amazing width into the tiny narrow waist. Emily, I love the size of her quad here, and what I really like is that she maintains a really nice curve to her back leg. Emily in fifth has similar beautiful front leg, but her back leg is losing some of that curviness to the quad. I think you'll agree with me, Emily's tan could have been a slightly different shade just to be a bit more rich and dark. But now when I look at Giselle, man, you really notice the fullness and the curve to the top of her glute. I think Elisa's glute looks a little bit more straight, whereas Giselle has a bit more curve. I notice her abs and just that nice fullness in the muscles themselves. She doesn't look overly teensy. She's just muscular and round and curvy and absolutely gorgeous legs. And then from behind, I think Giselle stands out here. She's got a lot more size in her glutes than our second place winner, particularly in the width. So from like here to here, it's a lot fuller and rounder, whereas Elisa has more of a downwards pulling shape into those glute ham tie-ins. So I think Giselle really has a nice fullness and roundness, and then a beautiful size into the legs. Great curve on the inside of the leg. Elisa, beautiful sweep on the outside of the legs. Very, very nice overall shape, but I do think she needs more roundness into the glutes. Chen, I think I notice her V shape very beautifully, but doesn't quite have that rounded, curvy shape in the glutes like we're seeing on Giselle. Emily here, I think her quads look amazing, but maybe she could have a little bit more curve to the inside of her legs. And Emily in 5th place, beautiful roundness to the glutes. I almost feel like she's standing a little too wide though. It's throwing off a bit of the overall shape. I'm noticing the quads more than I need to. So tiny little things, but I do think Giselle had this one in the bag. Beautiful rounded glutes really sold it for me. But again, it was only 1 point difference, so it was close. And in terms of Olympia, Giselle was already qualified. Okay, bikini, here we go. In 1st place, Amy. 2nd, Sharon. 3rd, Hyen. 4th, Lisa, and 5th, Valeria. And in this one, it was close between 4th and 3rd, but a clear win for Amy. All right, so here's Valeria in 5th place. Oh man, she's so tall and very muscular, particularly in her upper body. You really notice the width of her delts and the lats. Amazing. She's got a beautiful silhouette. I think she's got a good height to the glute, nice definition into the legs. I like that she has that little bit of detail in the back quad and that little bit of detail by her kneecap. Looks beautiful. I think her midsection could have been a tiny bit tighter, particularly down by the belly button here. And I love her hair from behind. I think it's so full, it's luscious, it's beautifully thick. But in the front, I'm not crazy about the color. I just think it's a lot of monotone. Perhaps if she did a darker lip, like more red, then it wouldn't matter so much. But because the lip is quite pale, the hair is a bit pale, it's not really popping. So a minor change for me, but I love that she keeps it straight and I think the fullness is perfect. Next and 4th is Lisa. Beautiful red lips, coordinated perfectly with her suit. Her midsection looks amazing, very tight, very flat, great obliques. I think she's really found a sweet spot with her conditioning where you have a really nice amount of detail in the quad, but it's not overly defined anywhere else, right? She's got a little bit of definition into the legs, in that groove in the hip, a little bit of outlining in the delts, but overall she still has really nice shape. She's got a good size to her glute, though I do think she could have a bit more height here in the roundness. And the posing, I'm not crazy about her arm being out to the side. I know that it's just a photo, so she could have moved it a second later, but I would like to just see the arm falling a little bit more naturally down rather than out to the side. I just think that would allow you to flow over her hourglass a bit better. I love that she poses with her foot facing forward. I think that really highlights her quad and allows you to see a really nice shape of her glute. Okay, next in 3rd is Hyen. Beautiful fullness. So she doesn't look as conditioned as our 4th place winner. The lines are a little softer, but it really suits her. You have a nice line outlining the quad, but the quad looks full and round. Really good shape to the glute here. I love all the gloss and sheen on her hip, on her oblique. Just overall, really lovely lower body. Her midsection is nice and small, very tiny waistline, good obliques. Overall, I think she could try to widen her upper body, make it that more triangular shape, simply by taking this shoulder more towards the back and bringing this shoulder more towards the front. I think that would help you to really see more balance between the delt and the glute. Right now, the glute is further out than the delt. So if she could bring her shoulder a little bit out more, then I would see a really balanced shape between top and bottom. But I think her conditioning is perfect on her frame. The red suit, her makeup, she looks soft and flowy and absolutely gorgeous. I think everything about her looks awesome, but tiny tweak to the posing to make the hourglass shine. Okay, next and second is Sharon. Oh man, she looks crazy. Very lean. I definitely noticed that athletic look on her. A full outline of her quad, detail in the back leg, her calves are really popping, her waist is so tiny, and a really nice open wide lat and delt. So you see that hourglass really clearly, and wow, what a nice beautiful round shape to her glute. I think overall she just looks really muscular, but also really lean. It suits her very well, but it's quite a variety of conditioning we're seeing in this top 5. Sharon is coming in with more of that deep lines, easier to see the definition, very lean, very tiny. But overall, she looks great. The suit is a nice color. It's different from all the red that we've seen so far. So that helps her to stand out as well. Her tan looks beautiful. Really nice color on her leg in particular. And just the tiniest waistline. That definitely stands out to me, just how small her midsection is. And now Amy in first, back another competitor in red. It looks beautiful on her. I love the fullness in her legs. She has round hamstrings, round quads, extremely full round glute. And while she's obviously got great conditioning in the sense that we have this beautiful line down the quad, she's not as detailed as our last competitor. So just a little bit more softness into the definition, and it's so great. She's got a really nice oblique, nice flat midsection, and a beautiful curve up into the arms. I would like to see this shoulder a little bit more to the side, just so that the delt is a little bit more lined up with the glute. But I think that's just the photo, and she was angling herself to the judges rather than the photographer. I think she just looks really good. Beautiful overall curves. Again, with the tan, maybe this is something that's just being picked up in the photos, but I feel like her legs are darker than her upper body. Maybe that's just craziness, but overall, I still think she looks beautiful. The conditioning is perfect to really show off the curves. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. Stunning. I noticed, first of all, the conditioning on Lisa. You really see the outline of her quad, and Sharon. So they are a little bit more of that deeper definition. A lot of the lines are very sharp. With Hoyen, I notice her glute. I think she's got a particularly nice shape in the bottom where the glute and the hamstring come together. But I think both Hoyen and Valeria don't quite have that same tightness and tininess in their midsections like we see on Amy. Very flat and very twisted. You see this triangular shape very clearly, and she's got just such a beautiful curve to the glute. And from behind, absolutely stunning. So here I love Valeria's hair. I think the color looks really lovely from behind. Just not as striking in the front pose. Hoyen, I notice her V very clearly. Her waistline looks really beautiful. Amy, I think, has a really good ratio from the width of her shoulders down to the waist and then back out to the glutes. When I look at Sharon, she has the tiny waist and she has the width in the glutes, but I don't notice that fullness up into the shoulders as much. So she's not giving me that hourglass shape as clearly as we see on Amy. Lisa, I think, has it, but I'm not crazy about where her elbows are here in this pose. I feel like she's pulling them back, which is closing off her shoulders when she could be opening them more and having a bit more width. So to me, Amy's posing is perfect. Her hair is stunning, nice small waist, and a good amount of tapering from the shoulders to the waist into these beautiful full glutes and a nice size in the legs. Very balanced. And of course, in terms of Olympia, Amy was already qualified. So that's it for this recap. I've got one more from last weekend still to come, and then there are 3 big shows coming up this weekend. I will recap those, of course, as soon as I can. Give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at Turquoise Toffee.